Behind every legend lies a reason. This is Myth and Motive.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. When it comes to the most mysterious and dangerous, the Golden Triangle certainly ranks at the top of the list. Located in the tri-border area of Thailand, Laos, and Myanmar, this region is considered the center of the most significant transactions in the history of the drug trade. Besides its role as a hotspot for underground geopolitics and economics, it is also an area marked by a brutal history of conflicts and power struggles. The Golden Triangle not only serves as a hub for the black economy, but has also become a symbol of mystery, danger, and challenge. Today, we will delve deeper into the Golden Triangle of the past and present. Will economic transformation efforts be able to escape the shadow of the past that has been and still is looming over this land? Let's begin. One, the origin of the name Golden Triangle. The name Golden Triangle has become a mysterious and haunting symbol in the history of world geopolitics. This name first appeared in the 1950s, referring to a vast area at the confluence of Myanmar, Laos, and Thailand. A geographical region shaped like a triangle, closely associated with a product. However, the deeper origin of this name lies not only in geography but also in the exchange values tied to this land. The Golden Triangle is not a random name. It was born from the very nature of the underground economy and the dark history of the region. In the mid-20th century, the Golden Triangle became the world's largest center for opium production and trade. The symmetrical geographical shape of this area, bordering Thailand, Laos, and Myanmar, evokes the image of a triangle, while the use of gold as a medium of exchange added the imprint of gold to it. Gold was considered a unique currency in opium transactions, as leaders of drug trafficking groups and rebel forces in the region viewed it as a safe payment method, avoiding the risks of paper currency transactions. These transactions became so gold-based that people referred to the Golden Triangle as a black treasure trove for drug trafficking routes. Thus, the name Golden Triangle is not just a combination of geography and economics, but also a symbol of what has been and is happening in this region. A place intertwined with splendor, mystery, and devastation. 2. The role of the Golden Triangle in the global drug trade. The Golden Triangle has always been one of the world's hottest spots for drug smuggling. With rugged mountains and inaccessible terrain, the Golden Triangle provides ideal conditions for opium. Since the 1950s, this area has become one of the world's largest centers for opium production. The beautiful poppy flowers here not only bring in enormous profits but also cause devastating addictions on a global scale. The rapid development of the Golden Triangle was not only due to geographical factors but also a series of sophisticated criminal organizations operating in the region. These organizations exploited not only resources but also used local instability to maintain their power. The Golden Triangle is not merely a place for growing opium. It is a complex web of interconnected transactions among traders, gangs, and various consumer markets. Most prominent in this area are privileged organizations like the Wall Organization, feared for their extensive smuggling operations. These organizations not only produce but also operate a closed smuggling system, from farms in the highlands to cities in Europe and America. The smuggling routes are protected by a complex system of bribes, from local militias to international organizations. The finances obtained from these activities are reinvested into various other sectors, from real estate and mining to other secret financial operations. The drugs transported from the Golden Triangle have infiltrated every corner of the world, causing severe social problems. Major markets like the US, Europe, and the Middle East are the destinations for most of the heroin produced here. Criminal organizations with global reach have linked up to maintain the flow of drugs, destroying everything and tearing apart countless families. Moreover, the drug trade from the Golden Triangle has serious consequences for the region's politics and economy. Illicit cash flows have weakened state institutions and particularly strengthened the power of non-state organizations. The Golden Triangle has left a dark legacy in global history. Within this region, secrets of morality, economy, and international affairs remain not fully decoded. Many may not know that the pioneer of opium cultivation in the Golden Triangle was Myanmar. Myanmar was born and raised in Yunnan province. He followed a military career, participating in the Northern Exodus. After the Chinese Civil War broke out, Li sided with the Kuomintang, actively opposing the Communist Party. Li's life was filled with numerous battles, large and small, achieving many military feats, and he was promoted to general by Chiang Kai-shek in October 1949. As the Kuomintang faced defeat, Chiang Kai-shek and his government apparatus had to flee into exile. Li alone withdrew his troops southward, crossed the Thai border, and stationed with the Shan ethnic compatriots in northern Myanmar. There, Li established his own Shan state, seeking to build up forces in an attempt to retake southern China. However, due to a lack of support, Li resorted to having his army cultivate opium to accumulate assets, purchase weapons, and train soldiers. At the end of 1953, with American intervention, 7,000 troops, including Li, were forced to leave the Golden Triangle, airlifted to Taiwan. However, the remaining 7,000 soldiers, under the leadership of the new commander Ting Han, disobeyed orders, stubbornly held their ground, organized opium cultivation and production on a larger scale, traded weapons, and nurtured hopes for an autonomous region. By 1967, the remnants of the Kuomintang forces clashed with a new power in the Kun Sa region. Kun Sa, born in 1933, was of Chinese descent, with a Chinese father and a Shan ethnic mother. Born in the Golden Triangle, within Myanmar's territory, Kun Sa received a proper education, even learning extensively about Chinese culture. However, growing up in the land of the White Death, Kun Sa understood the value of this devilish plant, so he studied just enough to focus on researching how to cultivate and process opium. Inheriting his father's position and with the knowledge he gained by age 18, Kun Sa was highly influential and revered as the leader of the Shan branch. Starting from this time, he built his own force, trained soldiers, and successfully drove many powers out of the Golden Triangle. By 1967, conflicts of interest between the indigenous Shan people and the remnants of the Kuomintang erupted, leading to a bloody confrontation between Kun Sa and Ting Han. Prolonged battles involving Thai and Lao border troops resulted in Kun Sa's defeat, and he was imprisoned in Laos. 2 years later, with the help of his subordinates, Kun Sa escaped. The bitter lesson from his failure made him wiser. He organized opium cultivation, production, and export more systematically, seemed more restrained in territorial disputes, preferring dialogue over weapons, and built more relations with authorities. Kun Sa directed his Shan compatriots to plant opium poppies in the highlands of Laos, but processed the harvest in the Mae region, while exporting to the world from Thailand. Opium production peaked in the 1980s, when 60% of heroin entering the US and 3% of the world's narcotics were supplied by Kun Sa. He was called the Prince of Death. Kun Sa's authority and strictness also lay in the fact that his soldiers were not allowed to be addicts. Drugs were for selling, not for smoking. Since the 1980s, the Myanmar government increasingly took measures to address the drug problem in the Golden Triangle. But under Kun Sa, the government had only one method: persuasion. Combining leniency with pressure by supporting Kun Sa's rival, then Go Hak Khan. Death row inmates flowed in, building careers in the Golden Triangle. Finally, in 1996, Kun Sa surrendered, accepting the Myanmar government's leniency policy, living under special surveillance in a villa in Yangon until his death in old age in 2007. After eliminating drug lord Kun Sa, governments with fewer concerns continued to use force to successively deal with other bosses. Encouraging people to replace opium with cash crops, turning the Golden Triangle into a tourist area, a green and safe land, visited by many tourists. Local people have long passed down a curse said to haunt the Golden Triangle. According to legend, in the 18th century, the king built a golden temple on this land to worship protective deities. But human greed led them to dig and plunder the temple's gold, angering the deities. Since then, this area was cursed, becoming a dwelling place for chaos, war, and shadows that never fade. Stories say that anyone with ambitions to dominate the Golden Triangle will suffer a tragic fate. A series of powerful figures, from rebel generals to notorious drug lords, have fallen here under mysterious circumstances. This curse, according to locals, is a warning that this land does not belong to humans. Next are the stories about the Mekong River. The Mekong River, the lifeline of the Golden Triangle, is believed to be inhabited by restless spirits. Locals recount that on foggy moonlit nights, they often see vague, shadowy figures floating along the river. These spirits, it is said, are of those who died from dark deals or bloody purges on this land. One of the most chilling stories is about the ghost of Mother Suri Yothai, a woman said to have been betrayed and killed in a drug deal. Her spirit is believed to frequently appear on the Mekong River, with long hair covering her face, luring those who dare invade her territory to their deaths. Many merchant boats have vanished without a trace on the river, leading people to believe this ghost still haunts the area. The forests covering the Golden Triangle also hold countless mysteries. Hunters and indigenous people have reported seeing strange creatures, half human, half beast, wandering the woods. These creatures, according to legend, are descendants of an ancient tribe cursed for challenging the gods. Others speak of strange lights appearing deep in the forest. These lights, often green or yellow, are thought to lead to treasures hidden since wartime. But no one dares follow them, believing the lights are actually created by guardian spirits to lure the greedy to their doom. One of the strangest tales is of villages that once existed in the Golden Triangle but suddenly disappeared without a trace. It is said these villages were swallowed by the forest when their inhabitants refused to obey the laws of the dark forces ruling the area. Some believe the villagers were enslaved by criminal organizations or wiped out to conceal dark secrets. Locals also claim that on moonless nights, if you listen carefully, you can hear whispers and mournful cries echoing from where the villages once stood. These sounds are thought to be the laments of unquiet spirits. Deep in the Golden Triangle, there are also hidden temples, believed to be the spiritual power centers of criminal gangs. These temples are often secretly built in deep forests, accessible only to the leaders of the organizations. It is said that mysterious rituals, even sacrifices, are performed here to seek protection from supernatural forces. Many treasure hunters have risked their lives to explore these temples, but most never return. Those lucky enough to survive recount seeing strange carvings on the walls, depicting dark rituals and symbols no one can decipher. One thing is certain. The Golden Triangle is not only a center of chaos and crime, but also a place holding countless unexplored mystical stories. The Golden Triangle has long been a battlefield not only in the drug trade but also in the shadows, where bloody conflicts between powers vying for control and interests converge. With its rugged terrain, dense jungles, and numerous hard-to-reach diplomatic points, this area has become a stage for political, economic, and social conflicts. In the 20th century, when the Mall region's rebel forces in the 1950s began using the Golden Triangle area as a base, the area quickly became a hotspot for armed conflict. Armed organizations such as independent armies or local rebel groups used this area as a source of medicine and weapons. Clashes between gangs, rebel groups, and national armies made the area unsafe for both authorities and civilians. Criminal gangs like the Triads or international mafia groups quickly recognized the potential and benefits from exploiting drugs, turning the area into the world's largest heroin trading center. Drug smuggling in the Golden Triangle not only seriously affected regional security but also led to influence struggles among neighboring countries. The governments of Thailand and Myanmar repeatedly sent troops into the area to eliminate rebel groups but rarely achieved sustainable results. Additionally, economic conflicts over resource exploitation, arms sales, and a series of illegal transactions made the area one of the world's hottest spots. In the shadow of the Golden Triangle, interactions between politics, economics, and finance created a complex and unpredictable network. The Golden Triangle remains a hotspot where conflicts at their peak are signs full of allure and danger. The world has always known the Golden Triangle for its dark, frightening aspects. However, it surprises many as an important forest point on trade routes. This area was once a crucial junction on the Silk Road, where merchants from the Middle East, Southeast Asia, and China met to exchange goods, culture, and ideas. On these routes, people not only carried porcelain but also spread customs, languages, and religions. The local people in this area are particularly rich in ethnography. From the Shan in Myanmar, the Hmong and Karen in Thailand to the Lao Lum and Khmu in Laos. Each ethnicity brings unique cultural characteristics. Traditional festivals, folk music, and colorful costumes depict the diverse picture of the region. The history of the Golden Triangle is marked by periods of conquest and contention among royal dynasties. During the Lana period, the area became an important part of the administrative system. Ancient relics like Wat Phra, the Doi Sutep, and the remains of the ancient city of Chiang Saen are vivid evidence of this rich history. Besides, this area is also associated with legends of lost kingdoms like Sufan Nabuni, considered a glorious land in Buddhism. Many believe the Golden Triangle is not only a trading place but also a spiritual center where ascetics and philosophers gather. Although surrounded by negative lenses of drug trafficking, the Golden Triangle still maintains some unique cultural heritage. Many traditional festivals like the water festivals of the Thai and Lao people attract visitors to explore the area's culture and spiritual rituals. 7. Economic transformation efforts. Having been immersed in the shadow of drug trafficking for too long, many believe change in this area is unimaginable. However, in recent years, the governments of all three countries in the region have invested efforts to transform the Golden Triangle from a crime hotspot into a foundation for sustainable development. One of the first steps to improve the area is crop substitution. In Myanmar, policies encouraging farmers to replace opium poppies with food crops like rice, corn, and coffee have yielded encouraging results. International cooperation projects with the United Nations provided technical and financial support for farmers to transition to sustainable farming practices. In Laos, the government established agricultural economic zones near the Golden Triangle area. Rice fields and fruit gardens were built not only to provide sustainable food sources but also to reduce dependence on drugs as a primary income. Tourism is also an aspect that countries in the region are targeting. With mountainous terrain, majestic rivers, and vast tropical forests, the Golden Triangle is a perfect destination for ecotourism. Visitors here can participate in river tours, trek through mysterious forests, or experience the traditional culture of ethnic minorities like the Hmong, Karen, and Akha. Particularly, traditional festivals like water festivals and folk performances add cultural richness to this land. Thailand has pioneered in exploiting the tourism potential of the area. High-end resorts, luxury hotels, and fine dining restaurants have sprung up, offering visitors full amenities. Additionally, ports and river routes have been improved, enhancing transportation connectivity in the region. Cities like Chiang Rai have become gateways for visitors to explore the rich culture of the Golden Triangle. Ecotourism and historical tour projects have attracted significant interest from international investors. The most notable and attention-grabbing destination is the Opium Museum in Thailand. This is an ideal place for those wanting to learn about the dark history and anti-drug efforts in the region. This museum not only records the development journey of the opium trade but also provides haunting stories about its impact on societies in the region and globally. Upon entering the museum, visitors encounter exhibition spaces designed to depict the journey from growing poppies to heroin production and distribution. Exhibits include primitive production tools, historical photos, and detailed documents about anti-drug wars in the region. Particularly, the documentary shown at the museum offers deep insights into the devastating consequences of drug addiction and trafficking. Beyond narrating the past and present, the Opium Museum also plays an important role in educating and raising public awareness. The museum regularly organizes interactive activities, including workshops and exhibitions on drug prevention, to equip youth with knowledge and encourage sustainable lifestyles. However, tourism development in the Golden Triangle faces challenges. The increase in tourist numbers has brought environmental pollution risks and threats to the local ecosystem. To address this, governments have issued environmental conservation guidelines, promoted sustainable tourism, and cooperated with the authorities of Myanmar, Laos, and Thailand have also established regional cooperation mechanisms to enhance security and combat crime. Authorities have organized joint campaigns to dismantle drug gangs while promoting intelligence information exchange. International cooperation has also yielded significant results with organizations like the UN and ASEAN providing financial and technical support. Despite significant progress, the Golden Triangle region still faces many challenges. Rapid economic development sometimes puts pressure on natural resources and affects ethnic minority communities. However, joint efforts by the government and international organizations are opening the door to a brighter future. Thus, we have just explored one of the world's hottest spots, the Golden Triangle. This place was once a center for drug production and trafficking, housing endless pain and political and economic conflicts. However, the Golden Triangle is now transforming from a criminal area into a developing region. The future of the Golden Triangle, while still facing many challenges, is gradually reviewing positive aspects, and could become a symbol of rebirth and sustainable development in Southeast Asia. This video ends here. Thank you all for your support. Don. Goodbye and see you again.
If the legend hooked you, subscribe and open the next case.